So they're literally, they have, with CERN, they have searched through timeline after timeline after timeline after timeline after timeline after timeline after timeline to see what would work. To see if there was a timeline they would win. They haven't found one. So now this is I heard desperate times call for desperate measures. This is a desperate time for them to try and shift the masses back into a fear-based state of mind, throw in things in order to upheave the integrations of high vibrational energy that we have brought in, and to try and shift the trajectory of their own fate, and there is no escaping their fate. So again, please remain grounded, please remain balanced, be aware or wary of what you are intaking through your, I heard through the gates of your soul, your eyes. Be aware and be wary of what you are intaking through audiently, and they said, and do not allow your perspective to be broken with your understanding of what has unfolded. God would never lead you astray to a timeline that would inevitably decay. And there's me affirmation. What do you got? The asteroid. So Loverboy has the asteroid. Ooh, and this goes into those that had come up against you from your past that are going through upheavals. This was also to pull chosen souls, those that had elevated beyond karmic loops back into them, where the warfare worked. Let's read on this. Where the warfare worked. What were you going through in 2018 to 2022? I know my ass had upheavals. I know motherfuckers was fucking with me and I was unaware of it. The deepening of my ascended state had not occurred. Like, I had not gone through the evolution that led me to this point until like late 2021, late 2022 is when I really started accessing a lot of information and evolving. So think back to 2018, 2022. What were you doing? What low vibrational things were you doing? Or what were you experiencing? We are breaking those karmic loops. We'll never go back there again. So Spirit is saying, avoid backtracking into what you used to do or how you used to think during that time. This is what they mean by we're breaking down continual looping. They're trying to loop us back to those years where the things they were doing was working. We got friends here. What about these friends? Let's see what we got going on. Transformation. They're working with others. These individuals within these, I heard, darker allegiances are outsourcing for a transformation. Scorpionic energy is death and rebirth and tarot. This is such a sad last-ditch attempt to try and win. This is like underhanded, extremely underhanded, very shady, but this is all they got. Too many people are awake right now, too many people are seeing through the illusion, so they're attempting to upset the nervous system to bring collective energy, collective consciousness back down to where it was in 2018. And again, something about this being a save point. Something about CERN shutting down right now is like a save point in a video game. To where if something they do or if what they do doesn't work, they'll just go back to this point. This is not only meant to backtrack the collective, but this is supposed to, this is such a weird message. This is supposed to, for those that were on the brink of a breakthrough, keep you looping in the same time over and over and over again. You're not supposed to break out of the loop. Either you're supposed to backtrack or stay right here. And I heard the most money you've ever made. This is what they mean by you're slipping through the cracks of the CERN save point. You will not be looping. You will not be backtracking. You will not be looping. You're free. This is definitely not going to be everybody's message, but you know if it's for you,